When Chubeka felt pregnant, she wasn't excited. Instead, she wondered if she'd be able to succeed as a single mom.
I was like, okay, whatever. You're here now. It wasn't great news. I wasn't excited. I wasn't like, this is what I've always wanted.
When she was 3 months pregnant, her partner went AWOL.
Literally the last time I saw him was at the bus stop from work when I asked him how in the world did everything bypass the preventative measures.
The last straw was when she lost her mom when she was 5 months pregnant. This affected her pregnancy experience drastically.
I needed for my mother to calm me down and say, listen, I've gone to the labor ward 4 times, calm down. This is nothing, you know what I mean?
Suddenly, the unexpected truth about her child's father came to the surface.
I met the father of my child. We met, we gelled, and just clicked from then and there. We weren't together for a long time when I found out that I was expecting. What is hilarious is that in the inception of the relationship, I was very strict about everything. So literally, 90-day rule, 3 months, what, and then all of a sudden, 10 months into the relationship, I was expecting, and I'm like, no, that's not how I do things. But well, you're here now, so. When I found out I was pregnant, I felt, so many mixed emotions. The reason being was that I just wanted to be that person that didn't have children. Like, I just feel like women don't have to reproduce just by virtue of having a womb. So most of the people I look up to, they're just successful women who are not like given that mother of who's title. And as much as I did have that option to return the blessing to the higher power, I chose not to, because I looked at where I was. Socio-economically, I was done with school. At that point, I was staying alone, a big space. Financially was fine. So I was like, okay, whatever. You're here now. It wasn't great news. I wasn't excited. I wasn't like, yeah, this is what I've always wanted. Yeah, I'm so happy. I can't wait. It was just like a very confusing time in my life. I didn't have a particular first person that I told about the pregnancy. I kept it to myself. I moved from the side I was staying to the southern side of the province so that no one has access to me and can't see what's happening. And all the social media pictures I was posting were from like shoulder upwards. I received a call that my mom passed away, right? But the phone call was nonchalant. So I told the person, like, dude, this is not funny because I'm actually expecting. And my OB/GYN told me that every emotion that I feel will be transferred to the baby. So if it's some lame prank, tell me now. It turns out it wasn't a prank. It was so overwhelming that I had to disclose. And then after that, the childhood friend took the news to my sister, who took it to my older sister. I was gonna keep my secret until there was a human being. The reason why I wanted to keep it a secret, in like our small town, everyone has kids like at 14, 16. I wasn't the poster child, right? For well-behaved girls or anything like that. But I just feel like because I lived my life in like the predictable way, go to school, finish school, get your qualifications, get a job without a child and stuff. I was like, oh my goodness, what if my mom had it at the back of her mind that I was gonna have a child from wedlock, and now I'm just like another small town statistic. So my pregnancy, I felt like I wanted to make it an intimate, private period. My mom and I had a phenomenal relationship. My mom and I were best friends. My friends used to visit me in my absence because my mom was just the person who spoke about intimacy, protective sex, relationships. So we had a very strong bond. I think she was compensating for the fact that we were raised by one parent. So she just wanted to be the father, the best friend, psychiatrist, counselor, everything. The fact that my mother passed away before I could disclose didn't affect me in any way. Because I live with this mantra that whatever I have control over, I do. Whatever I don't have control over, I do not. She took her last rest with that thing at the back of her mind that I'll have a child within wedlock. So now I'm at peace with her not knowing what I did. But I just feel sad for my child that she didn't experience her grandmother, because my nieces and nephews had the most incredible relationship with their grandmother. My partner at that time, the father of my child, just vanished. We're women, so when we have intimate partners, we tend to take preventative measures in order for things that we are not prepared for to happen. I was also very precautious to prevent unwanted pregnancies or something like that. So it was just like a little, how did this happen? Now we're here. And then obviously lies. And then I told him, okay, well, this is where I am right now. So because we have to both take accountability for the fact that I'm expecting, what do you want to do? The person was like, oh no, I want to raise my child, it's my blood. It's not that whatever I wanted to do, I was going to make a decision based on it. Unfortunately, Mother Nature gave us the wombs to carry. So I don't care how selfish anyone think it is. But if you want to get rid of something that you don't want, I feel like you have every right to. So, but I just wanted to just get a sense of where he is mentally. Not that it was going to affect my decision anyway. And I made the decision. I even said to myself, dude, Sisi, what are you going to do in worst case scenario if you are faced with having to raise this child alone? You are a sibling of 4 and a child of a single mom. Will you have capacity? I looked at my support system, my friends, my aunts. I was like, I'm sorted. And then that was it. Literally the last time I saw him. The other time that now we encountered each other was like at a supermarket when my child was like 11 months old. He does know that the child exists because we bumped into each other. And as Murphy's Law would have it, the child is a splitting image of him. Like, people keep on asking me, are you really this child's mother? This child looks like nothing like you. I'm like, look at the other half. No, this should die. So yeah, that was it. I went through pregnancy alone. I went through a loss of my mother alone. I had to deal with the fact that I'm a single mom of a daughter that doesn't have a grandmother and that doesn't have a father. It affected me a lot considering what I was going through. The fact that he vanished at my most confusing time of my life. Like, I felt betrayed, I felt lied to, and at some point, like, violated, because I think everyone deserves to know what's happening to their body when they're sharing it with someone else. It was awful, because now, the 2 months of the pregnancy, and then no more phone calls, phone on voicemail, no more visitations. Like, it took a lot for me to actually accept it mentally, and then the integral part of my family and support structure also goes. And then, like, in the African culture, even with married women, when you first give birth, the first 3 months, you spend it with your mom. So I felt it was a loss. It also felt like a death per se, like it was a loss, because now I'm mourning the relationship, and I'm also mourning the concept of ever having a child that's going to have a father figure in their life. Something I actually never wanted because I've experienced it. I started doing my research like 8 months or so into my pregnancy. Going to this person's social media, this person has a lot of social media accounts. I find out he is a father of 4 and he has 1 late child. So technically, my child is like actually the 7th baby, because I actually gained strength and courage to reach out to all the baby mamas and stuff. The 2 baby mamas, like, hey, listen, there's what's up. I want you guys to hear from like the streets and stuff, and I just want to know, in what capacity are you together with this guy? Are you still together? They've always been together. Have you broken up? They were together during us being together. I had to like express my apologies from woman to woman and just let her know, it wasn't a purposeful thing that I'm in a relationship with someone else's partner. They just did everything in their power to make sure that I don't know about the children and the fact that they can't have a partner at that time. I did not have not even 1 suspicious bone in my body, because weekends we're together, midweek we're together, watching TV together, movies together, going clubbing together, brides with his friends together. We spend so much time together, and when we're not physically together and apart, the responses to texts and calls was like so fast. There was not even an ounce of me that could actually be suspicious that this person is sharing his affection with someone else. It was lonely, it was awful, it was like worst. Like, no one checking in, how far along are you, is the baby kicking, no one touching the belly, no one else talking to the belly than me. The type of support that I would have needed was for my pregnancy journey to be documented, photos, videos, to have people excited for me. The only thing that my pregnancy was the fact that I'm carrying a human. I miss the fact that I didn't literally bond with the kid, because I was just in the fact that, what am I going to do with a child alone? A child deserves 2 parents with a family structure. What am I going to do with a child without a grandmother Who's going to remind me how to change a nappy? I needed foot rubs. I had preeclampsia. My feet were swelling. I needed back rubs because I couldn't find like a decent position to sleep. I needed to talk to someone. I needed physical touch. I needed hugs. I needed it's going to be okay. I needed for my mother to calm me down and say, listen, I've gone to the labor ward 4 times, calm down. I needed a partner to be excited, to say, oh my God, I'm going to be a father. Don't, yeah, I want to feel the kicks. I wanted that experience whereby if the father of the baby's around, then the baby starts doing somersaults in the tummy because they recognize there was the other parent. So my pregnancy journey was like a huge void because it was like a lot of loneliness and emptiness and then just maneuvering alone and like really, really struggling. When I was 7 months pregnant, the baby was actually bred. I had to be admitted in hospital. They managed to turn the baby back into the fetal position. And my sister picked me up from hospital when it was close, like after I got discharged and stuff. So yeah, I'm just grateful for the fact that my sister compensated for my losses. Oh my gosh, I don't even want to think about ever deciding otherwise of having the baby, because my baby came at a time when I needed her the most. Had I not had the kid, I'm thinking of how my mom's passing would have affected me had I not had purpose at that time. Because I told myself that this is the time to be selfless. There's someone that I'm bringing to this world, and they deserve as much of a chance to be in this world as much as I was given that chance. I do not regret keeping my child. She's like a bundle of joy. She dances. I forget about my problems. She's talkative and she has the world's biggest head. Like, we get stopped everywhere. She's the best thing that has ever happened to my life. Like, she's the splitting image of both my mom as well as my previous partner. I don't remember what life was like without her, but all I know was that I needed her, but I didn't know that I needed her.